Hey friends, it's Michelle with Garden Jargon, and today I'm going to do a really quick video on how to put together seed starting mix. You have used this for the last 3 years that I've gardened. I found this on YouTube and I wanted to share it with you in case you were wondering what you start your seeds in. Seed starting mix is really important because you have to make sure that it's airy and light and fluffy and retains water, and your seeds are able to germinate in this stuff. So let's get to it. Let me show you what we are going to be using. We are going to be using perlite. I get the same brand every year because it's the biggest bag I can possibly find. Peat moss. This isn't the normal bag I get. This is just the 2.2 bag. I usually get the 3.3 bag. And vermiculite. It's kind of like an equal parts out of all three of these in a big bucket to do your seed starting mix, but I kind of go by feel. So give me a second while I set up the camera and the tripod. Okay, here we go. So there's no making fun of my jammy pants because I'm in my comfy place right now. So I wanted to show you what peat looks like. Some people don't even know what peat looks like, and this is what it looks like when it comes out of the bag. That bag right there. Excuse me. Oh, I almost sneezed. I'm probably gonna sneeze. Ow! Oh my gosh. Bless me. This stuff makes me sneeze because it's very powdery. So when you pull this out of the bag, it's in a hard clump, and you basically have to like break it up with your fingers, and it turns into a dusty powder, and you're gonna see the powder here and the dust kind of flying through the air. Yeah, I breathed that and then I just sneezed. So I might have another sneeze for you here in a second. So this is the peat, and it's bone dry when you get it. Well, it should be, unless the bag had a hole in it. And then I actually wet this with water until it's the consistency of a dry sponge, and I've already done that. So let's move down here, where I've already mixed it up with some water. And I have a big mixing cup. I've had this for years. And I'm just putting the peat moss that's wet with water. Not wet, just like I told you, like a damp sponge. And that's what I'm putting in here. So that is, see, there's no powder floating around or anything with this right now. So this is nice and moist, and this is ready to go for my seed starting mix. Sometimes there's some big chunks in there. You can sift this if you want to. I never have because I don't want to waste the time or the energy. I'm a one-man show here. So sometimes I just don't have the time for that. Let me get my scissors. Oh, so glad that these are sharp. Vermiculite. Let's show you what that looks like. This, my friends, is what vermiculite looks like. It's a light, airy, it's like the consistency of sand, but it's soft. So it's almost like pulverized cork. It's squishy, like when you squish it between your fingers, you can feel that it's like spongy almost. But this is what vermiculite looks like. So I'm going to mix, I've already put 4 scoops of the peat moss in here. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 scoops of the vermiculite in here. That's a half. Another half. And 1. Then I'm going to mix in the perlite. I have perlite open already. Oh no, I had vermiculite open already. think I got these scissors at the dollar store. I'm pretty sure all of you know what perlite looks like, but I will show you. This is 1 scoop of perlite. It is like white, crunchy, foamy, airy poopies. I don't know how else to describe it. Looks like snow. It is not snow, but it's very light. So that was 1 whole scoop. Two scoops. So there's 4 scoops of peat moss, 2 scoops of vermiculite, 2 scoops of perlite. And I'm just going to mix it up. Excuse me. My dust gets in my mouth. All right, this is a really good consistency, so that's the consistency I'm going to roll with this year. I did 2 of each vermiculite and perlite and 4 of the peat moss. And as you can see, this is what it looks like. It's a little on the dry side, so I'll make sure I wet this down before I fill my seed starting pots, and I use the 72 cell trays or the plug trays to start my plants. So that's it. That's how you mix seed starting mix. The reason that I use this mixture is because when my seedlings start to sprout and get bigger and bigger, I like to fertilize my seedlings. I just mix a half strength water soluble fertilizer to feed my seedlings when they're in their starter pots. Some people like to start their seeds in a potting mix that has nutrients in it already, so they can eliminate that step. But I do like to give my plants nutrients while they're babies, because then I can kind of control how fast or how little they're growing. If I see they're not growing fast enough and it's coming time to plant time, I'm going to boost them with a little bit of fertilizer, or fish fertilizer I've used in the past. So that's why I use this as my seed starting mix. And there's going to be a couple experiment videos coming up here, so I hope you watch those. Please, if you have not yet done it, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that like bell, or the like thumb, and the notification bell, and then that way you'll get to see my next videos that I put out. I'm going to try to do a lot more videos this year on how-tos and tutorials and experiments. So if you're all about experiments and learning how to do different things with different, like even grow mediums, I'm doing experiments on planting the same exact seeds in 4 different kinds of grow start material, like this, and then potting soil and compost. So please like my channel, because then you'll get to see that video and see how it turns out. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching.